Hi, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Sabrina. I'm Corinne. Yeah.
Hi. So, you guys have been called the most haunted podcast in America. And can you talk a little bit about how Two Girls, One Ghost came to life and, what inspired you to start sharing these spooky stories together?
Totally. We were both born haunted, so I think we were born into this. No, but we both grew up in haunted houses, and then we met in college. We met like the first week of school, and Corinne's fun fact was that she grew up in a haunted house. And so like immediately I like turned to her and I was like, "You are my friend."
hmm And then we were both early podcast listeners when podcasts were like just starting to be a thing. That was another thing that we bonded over. It was like the paranormal and podcasts were our two big things that differentiated our friendship from the rest of our friend group. And then when I moved back to the East Coast, I live right by Salem, Massachusetts. I was like, oh no, we won't be together all the time. And
Yeah.
Sabrina goes, oh no, who am I going to talk ghosts and podcasts with? And then I moved. And then I was like, oh, wait, I have no friends here. We should probably actually do that joke that you're talking about, which is a podcast and ghosts together.
And then, yeah, Two Girls, One Ghost was born. I mean, it started out very much as like a fun hobby for us to
Mhm.
stay connected since she moved across the country. And then I don't know, it's turned into its own beast in a really good,
Right.
positive way. Um,
I will say we were self-proclaimed most haunted podcast in America. That started because when we first started podcasting, we had a lot of technical difficulties and issues and had to continue to re-record certain episodes over and over. We're like, oh, we're haunted. Someone's cursed us,
Like,
something like
that's
that.
exactly why this is happening.
Yeah, yeah. It's
right.
not us being inept when it comes to technology at all. It's the dead fault. Um, but that has totally changed over the past few years because I think as more listeners have joined our community and more energies have come forth, there is actual paranormal activity happening now around our podcast. We get
Oh, yeah.
emails almost every single day about something that happens only specifically when listening to our podcast that doesn't
Yeah.
happen
Wow.
with anyone else.
We just had a two-part series. The second part actually comes out this Sunday, but it's episode 344 and episode 345, all about the Hinsdale house. And because we've been doing this for so long, in the very beginning of the episode, we're like, please don't listen to this episode while driving.
There's a lot of driving haunted
Oh, yeah.
stories. Yeah,
Accidents.
yeah, accidents.
Multiple people already have emailed us being like, I didn't listen to you.
Wow.
And I had a haunting while in my car. Like
Yeah.
everyone's fine, but yeah, so there's a lot of paranormal activity that happens to our listeners.
So, what was it like when what was your aha moment when you realized that the show was like really resonating with listeners? With over 45 million downloads, these fans are coming back like week after week.
I think it happened very early on when we realized that it was more than just our parents listening. We were like, oh no, this isn't just like a fun little diary that we just post
Yeah.
publicly. Like this is something people are actually listening to. And I think Sabrina and I have always, we grew up in haunted houses. We fully believe in the paranormal. We are really excited, just like in our own personal lives, when people talk about their own paranormal experiences. And I think that that comes across and translates in our episodes where like we trust each other, we believe each other, we're good friends, and that extends to our audience. And so I
Mhm.
think the paranormal is one of those things where so many people grow up never being believed or never sometimes even trusting themselves that what they experienced was what they experienced because it's
Right.
kind of faux pas still in a way.
Yeah.
So I think that, we realized that being believed and having this sort of outlet to discuss what happened to you in the
Yeah.
paranormal world is important and it's something that we were able to provide.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was going to mention that I feel like the tone of the podcast kind of strikes a really good balance between, the spookiness, but it's also comforting in a way. So, like, would you say that's sort of intentional? Is that mix when you're producing the episodes?
Producing is a very kind word to say. I would say we sit on a couch and just talk, and then our editor makes it sound a little bit better. But yeah, I think we've just always approached it as we're two friends who love talking about ghosts, and if you want to join in on the conversation, great. Um, and it's really cool that there is an awesome community of people who do want to
Yeah.
hang out and just talk about ghosts.
We have been told many times that people fall asleep listening to our voices, which we never take offense to. We're like, oh, so long as it cycles into the next
Yeah.
episode, right? And it just keeps playing, download.
So with listeners, sending in, a ton of real life encounters and all that, is there any one story that's, particularly stuck with you or even kind of changed how you two think about the paranormal?
So many.
Yeah. Countless to the point where we actually have a folder in our inbox where we specifically put certain stories to
Okay.
show people we encounter in life, mostly like friends and family, who kind of challenge us in our belief in the paranormal. And we're like,
Mm.
well, you don't have to believe me, but do you believe this listener? And then we'll pull out like photographic evidence or read some of
Yeah.
the scariest stories. But I think one story that stuck out most often, where we continue to bring it up in conversation, was a listener we had from the UK who fell asleep one night and his boyfriend is sleeping next to him and he wakes up and feels like there's a presence above him. And he's really freaked out by it, but like whatever, goes back to his sleep. The next time he wakes up, it's pitch black and he feels like he's in a coffin and he's like feeling above him and there's all this sort of like swirly texture and he's like, this is so strange, this is the weirdest dream. But then he starts to like, really panic because it feels like he's awake. So he starts banging and screaming for help, feeling like he's completely trapped in this coffin. He wakes up the next morning thinking that was the craziest dream. His boyfriend has no recollection of anything
Hmm.
happening, like didn't hear him scream or like nothing, whatever. It was just a peaceful night, except for this guy's night terror.
Hmm.
But then a neighbor from upstairs comes down and knocks on his door and says, "Are you okay? I heard you banging on my floor all night."
Oh,
So when he felt himself laying there in a
So
coffin,
scary.
he was actually
oh
levitating and
my
was like
God.
right on top of his ceiling,
And he even looked like he went to go to his bedroom and the ceiling was that exact
the
texture.
like swirly texture.
Oh my
So
Yeah.
that
goodness.
one just freaked us out because that's also, a horrifying thing that happened to
Yeah.
someone where there's a witness, but then also proof that sometimes even when there's someone sleeping in bed next to you, you can be totally isolated and alone in an experience.
Yeah.
Right. They would have like absolutely no knowledge of it even happening.
Right.
So, I mean, between the two of you, who would you say scares more easily? How often do you guys kind of spook yourselves while recording?
I think we've grown a little bit more, maybe braver over the years.
Okay.
I would say you're more scared or you're more cautious.
Oh yeah,
I'm more dangerous.
right. I'm also more likely to push you into the dark room and say, you first. It's
Yeah.
your
You
location.
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there were many years where we spent time like on the phone with each other when we needed to shower or go to the bathroom or like anything at night when we got really scared after telling
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
So, and you guys are based in Salem now, correct? So
Yes.
obviously that place is synonymous with, witchy, very haunted history going on. Do you ever feel that energy influences any of the creative process, or your daily lives in general? It's such an amazing area. I love visiting.
It is so cool. I mean, yes, in the sense that I think in the last, so I just moved to the New England area, so like a year ago. So for the first time in 7.5
8 years.
years, we're finally together doing the podcast. So I think what's been influenced the most is going out and doing paranormal investigations and trying to do events with people. Like we went on a ghost tour with some of our listeners in Salem. Um, I feel like we've just gotten into like the more hands-on side of the paranormal
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a way that we haven't been able to before.
And we sometimes call ourselves baby witches because we're open to learning different things and we are intrigued by it. But I think that there's a big curiosity within our community too. So having Salem right here has been really helpful because on our Patreon, for example, we just launched Witch Class where we tap into some of the experts in Salem and the surrounding area to like
Okay.
teach us and teach our community things about witchcraft or different
Yeah,
divinations and different practices. So I mean, it's more than influencing us. We're like truly,
we're diving in.
yeah, we're We're employing people.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just got back from New Orleans yesterday, and it's
Oh,
such
no
a
way.
So cool.
amazing area for all of that kind of stuff
And
down there too. I
vampire.
I feel like I could spend, hours just investigating and doing
Yeah.
all of
Where
that.
are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Delaware, Philadelphia,
Okay.
Delaware, but yeah, we
Did
just
you
got
do a ghost tour when you were in New Orleans? Did you do any of
we
them?
kind of did the Spooky Bayou tour,
Mm,
which was pretty cool, but so some of it's a little hokey. I've been like exploring
fair.
more on my own. Like we went to the witches sanctuary and stuff like that, which was pretty neat. So,
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is so
like,
fascinating though when you go to a place like New Orleans or Salem because those places have their own energy, but it also
hmm
attracts a ton of people coming in having these
absolutely.
expectations. So
Hmm.
it's like sometimes Sabrina and I will walk into a store that we've been in before and we're like, we feel like we're gonna vomit. And we're like, it's
hmm
not the store or the place, it's got to be someone who's in here
Yeah.
Yep,
like
Like
bringing in
demons.
exactly.
something
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is
So
interesting.
if you guys could spend the night investigating one haunted location together, which one would it be and why?
We've talked about, I know this answer. I know what your answer is going to be.
Yeah.
Because this is one place we have talked about since the beginning of the podcast. Like episode 4 is the first time we ever learned about it. So that's back in 2017.
And we know we're gonna do it. We just keep putting it off because it
Yes.
seems like the scariest place in the world.
Right. So it's so scary, but we keep getting drawn back to it. It's Waverly Hills Asylum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a creature called the Creeper in
Hmm.
this place that is like this dark, shadowy being that will crawl up walls and crawl along the ceiling. And it eats and feeds on the spirits in this place. And when it comes around, people will capture EVPs of other spirits, warning everyone to run and hide.
Wow.
It's the
I just got
Creeper is
chills.
coming.
Oh,
Ugh.
so
Yeah.
yeah. And we
That would
willingly
definitely
want to go there.
it would
So,
definitely be fascinating though.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
next stop.
So, what would you say is one of your favorite underrated ghost movies or urban legends that you think deserves a bit more attention than it gets?
I think I have seen so many horror movies. It Follows is the only horror movie that like truly keeps me up at night and sticks with me. And like broad daylight, I'll suddenly get scared thinking about it.
Yeah, you reference it all
I
the time.
reference it all the
I don't know if I have one that's underrated. I'm trying to think about like cryptids or urban legends that are um I mean we love alien and Bigfoot stories, but I feel like those aren't underrated. Those are
Yeah.
those get a lot of attention.
What about your crying little cryptid?
Oh my gosh, this is actually near you. It's the what's it called? This starts with an M. I mean S.
Oh shoot. There is a cryptid whose reputation is being the saddest and ugliest little cryptid. It kind of looks like a
Oh, the
deformed
squonk.
the squonk.
Oh,
Have you heard of it?
no.
It looks like a
It's near
deformed
Philly.
Now I
pig.
have to look it up.
It's so sad. And
This
then
is like a AI almost version of it.
Oh, look at it.
But
right?
he just cries. I mean, he can disappear into a puddle of his own tears.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we want to find him and adopt him
The
and
squonk.
give him love.
I know. I
He's
kind of
my
want to take
spirit,
him home and cuddle him a little
Right?
he's my spirit cryptid.
Yeah.
bit.
And then
That's
I guess
so,
we have to do an honorable mention to Mothman. I feel like Mothman's a
Yeah.
lot of people's cryptid
yes.
crush because he's got, abs and a booty.
Yeah, that's true. So, is it hard for you guys to decide which stories make the show? Is there like a certain type of haunting or theme that kind of grabs your attention more?
We're in the last year, we've just been so drawn to Haunted Appalachia.
Yeah. Anything in the Appalachian Mountain Range, along the trail,
Yeah.
outside, camping, hiking, those
Mm-hmm.
ones I think we're drawn to a lot because they scare us most because they're
Mm-hmm.
like you're just out in the elements, right? Like
Yeah.
at least when you're in your house, like maybe someone else is there, or you have a camera running or so, whatever. It just feels so spooky. So we have been really drawn to those over the past year.
And that land is just so ancient and has so
Yeah.
many like really rich, strong beliefs that date back so far back. But we're open to every
Yeah.
topic.
And we're a little yin and yang because Sabrina definitely gravitates to more like the demonic Ouija board possession stories. And I'm like, visits from loved ones, heartwarming, ghost pets.
Cautious, dangerous.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
definitely. So, going forward, what directions would you like to see the podcast continue to go in? Is there any collaborations you'd like to do? Is there any like new direction you'd like to take or even add on, like supplement?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking for new ways to create new content. I do think the thing we're the most excited about is getting to go to more haunted places and like investigate them ourselves and really bring the ghost into the podcast.
Hmm.
Give them a voice.
And it has been fun because not only are we now in person together and able to do haunted paranormal overnight investigations with each other, but we've been doing them with other creators too. So we are collabing in kind of a high stakes way overnight at very haunted locations.
Sometimes it's the first time you meet like another collab or another creator is in a haunted location.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
That's
fun.
that's so cool. I want to thank you ladies so much for taking a few minutes out to speak with me today. I appreciate it and
Thank
Nice to
definitely
meet
you. It's
you.
great meeting
can't
you.
wait to hear what's next. It's amazing.
And
Thank you.
check out the squonk. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Now I need to go find him in my area.
Yeah.
So,
Save him. Save the squawk. All
great. Well,
right.
Nice
Well,
thank
to
you
thank
so
meet
much.
you.
you.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
You
Thanks, you
too.
too.
Bye.
Bye.